Good morning. This is the Ja Renee, and this is the Ja Renee Healing. I've got a lot to say, so I'm gonna cut to the chase. So it's me again. And I have a question for you. Why do you feel that you need to seek validation from others before doing anything in terms of moving forward with your life? Well, I can probably guess the answer because I've definitely experienced seeking that same validation from others. But I'm here to tell you, you no longer need to seek validation from others when it comes to you doing the things that you want to do. It's your life. These are the things you want to do. Why are you asking permission? Because the whole thing is that we feel, we have people, we have things, we have, that we place our comfortabilities in, that we kind of rely on. And what happens if those people, things, comfortabilities aren't giving you the correct information that you need to further your dreams, your aspirations, the things that you want to do? Because there's two things that, or two reasons rather, why someone would not be able to deliver on the correct information when it comes to you seeking that validation, you seeking that approval for being able to move forward. The first thing is that they're simply just haters. They don't want to see you be able to move forward to where you're able to outshine them, to where you're just able to get yourself in a different position. Like they may be vibing in low vibrational energy and want you to stay there. And when it comes to a hater, I only have one thing to say. Hi, hater. Because why should you have that ability and that strength to take away what I want to do, where I want to go, simply because you are a hater? You don't want to see me shine. So these type of things need to be established. The second thing is that they clearly just don't have the information to give you. And that's okay too, but it's something that you have to understand, which is why it's important for us to create a vetting system within ourselves. We've got to go internal. We've got to seek validation from ourself and our higher power, because that's how we're going to ensure that we are on the correct path, that we are doing the correct things. And when you're seeking validation from other people, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself when uh, you don't end up, or it's years past and you're not where you want to be. That's your fault. Because why didn't you do it? Who was keeping you from doing it? And when the ownership is put back on you, you have nobody to blame but yourself. When you sought that validation and they stirred you wrong, now you got somebody to blame. But you shouldn't, because you no longer need anybody else's approval to do anything. And I have a story of a situation where I was in a position like that, and kind of just what happened as a result. And so this was probably, I don't know, 2015 or so. Um, but my mom had gone back to school. She moved back on campus, lived on campus and everything, and she was graduating. And when she was graduating from school, something just kind of like pricked inside me. And it was like, I want to go back to school. Like I left school in 2005, and um I hadn't been back since, even though, I had thought about it and what have you. But I said I want to go back. And I had this burn to do it. And at the time I was married to my ex-spouse, and I'm telling him, hey, I want to go back to school. He's giving me all these reasons on why I probably shouldn't do that. Oh, how you gonna work full time and go to school full time, and just all of this. But I ignored him, and I continued to do the things that I knew was necessary for me to be able to move forward. And in spite of his dissatisfaction with whatever it is that I was saying, he still took me to school every day. He still made sure that I was picked up every day, which was something that I appreciated, because it's it's a even though you disagree, you're still able to help me in that way. And I believe that help that was given to me and that opened up the door, because next semester he went to school. And when we graduated, I graduated the year before. Um, I ended up getting just point 0.2 shy of cum laude, where he ended up getting cum laude and wouldn't let me live that down. But I say all that to say, I saw my mom shine, and her shine led me to walk in my own path, not needing validation from someone else to do it and be able to do it. And then I shined. And then when I shined, I was able to be seen by someone else who was able to then take the reins, or I don't know, grab hold of something and be able to shine as well. And my question is, when he shined, who was it that shined because of the shine that they saw? That's the reason why we do not need validation from others. They don't know our vision. They don't know what it is that we're wanting to do, what we have inside. That's what we know. And we can't get caught up with how others feel about the decisions that we decide to do, because they're our decisions. Everybody has their own things and whatever. How do you have time to now infiltrate someone else when you have your own life, your own things going on? And so it's never saying that you can't take advice from someone else, because you can, but you want to be able to hear what's being said and then make a decision yourself to say, I want to take in this information, or I don't want to take in this information. And that's your decision to make. Because uh, when it's all said and done, it's years past, you want to be able to look back and say, I am exactly where I am because of the decisions that I made, and the choices that I made, not needing to seek any validation from someone else. Um, I did that. And you can sleep easily knowing that if something doesn't kind of line up the way that you wanted on your journey, but it's something that you decided that you wanted to do, that you don't have anybody else to blame. And although I say that, you clearly are blaming yourself, but it's a little easier to blame yourself when it's a situation like that, because then you're able to regroup. You say, okay, this didn't work in this way. All right, what is it that I need to do to be able to now get here? And you do it. So, um, I don't know who this was for, what you're going through in your life, just the things that you're experiencing. But if you want something, go get it. What's stopping you from getting it? And if it's people, places, things, understand that that stuff needs to be moved out the way, you know, kind of get that all that coordinated because there should be nothing in the way but you. And if you're in the way, then you know what you need to do to be able to get yourself together so that you won't be in your way. You don't have to seek validation from others. It don't even matter how they feel about the things that you do. And that's a big thing as well. We want approval. We want somebody to say, "Hey, oh, I like that you did that." And sometimes we got to be able to feel like I'm doing it regardless on how you feel or not. It's because I want to, and that's okay. You got to be all right to be stand alone, stand on your own. You know, without anybody else saying good job, because as established earlier, we dealing with some haters. All right. Well, you guys have a good Saturday. I hope this was encouraging and you have a wonderful rest of your day.